They say you never realize the value of something until it's gone. But what if you give someone your all and they still call it too much? And when you pull away, suddenly, it's not enough? This is a story of how love changed me, how I went from giving everything to feeling like I was nothing. If you've ever been misunderstood in love, this story will hit close. Watch till the end, because what happened next, even I didn't see coming. Asterisk, I met her on a rainy afternoon at a quiet bookstore. She smiled at me like she already knew me. That moment stayed with me. From the very beginning, I adored her. I remembered her coffee order after our first date. I messaged her when I woke up and before I slept. I made sure she never felt alone. I thought, that's what love was, right? But slowly she started pulling back. My texts, too many. My calls, too clingy. The gifts I brought, you don't need to do this every time. I didn't understand. I wasn't trying to smother her. I just wanted her to know I cared. I began questioning myself. Was I loving wrong? Asterisk, so I changed. I stopped sending morning texts. I waited hours before replying. I stopped asking her to meet often. I stopped surprising her with flowers or her favorite snacks. I thought maybe space was what she needed to add. First, she seemed relieved. She smiled more, laughed more. But deep inside, I felt distant from her. The warmth we once had felt cold. Then one evening, she sat across from me at dinner and said, "You don't pay attention to me anymore. You've changed." I stared at her, speechless. She wanted the old me, the one she once called clingy. How could I win? Asterisk, after that dinner, things began to fall apart quickly. She accused me of not noticing her new haircut. She said I didn't ask how her day went anymore. She said I'd stopped caring. I wanted to scream. I had cared so much that it hurt, but I was scared. Scared she'd leave if I showed it again. So I kept pretending. One night I saw her crying on the balcony. When I asked what was wrong, she simply whispered, "I miss how you used to hold me." It broke me. Not because I didn't want to know, but because I had held her so tightly once, and she told me to let go. Asterisk, I wasn't sure who I was anymore. Every move I made felt like a mistake. Too much love, she pushed me away. Too little love, she pulled me back in with anger. I lived inside her moods, constantly adjusting myself to fit her changing expectations. Friends began noticing the change in me. I stopped showing up to things. I looked tired, lost out. One of my closest friends asked, "Why do you keep chasing someone who doesn't know what she wants?" I didn't answer him that day, but that question haunted me because deep down I knew I had turned myself into someone else just to keep someone who didn't even know if she wanted me. Asterisk. It happened on a cold Sunday morning. We argued over something small again. She said I had become emotionally distant. I told her I was only trying to respect her space. She screamed, "Why don't you love me like before?" I quietly replied, "Because before, my love was too much for you." She didn't answer. Her silence said everything, and that's when I knew, no matter what I did, it would never be enough or the right kind of love for her. Asterisk, I walked away that day. I didn't look back. The pain was sharp, but it was clean. I had nothing left to give. Months passed. I started writing again, painting again. I reconnected with myself, the version of me that existed before her. The one who loved deeply, not desperately. Sometimes love isn't about trying harder. It's about knowing when to stop trying. I heard she reached out to ask about me. But by then, I had healed enough to not answer, because I finally understood the love I give deserves to be held, not rejected. Asterisk, I learned something important. If someone makes you feel like your love is too much, they're not the right person. You shouldn't have to shrink just to fit into someone's world. There's someone out there who will love the way you love, who won't confuse attention with obsession, who won't punish you for being present or make you feel invisible for giving space. Stop. And until you meet them, love yourself that way first. Asterisk, if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it.